it's still gone. Shine, shine your way, and you may not know where to go. Shine, shine your way. Open road, but it's still dark. Build a fire from a spark and shine, shine your way. Feed the feeling in your heart. Don't conceal it, then you'll start to find your way.
No one can stop what has begun. You must believe when I say
All of your tears will dry faster in the sun.
starting today.
Shine, 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 shine your way.
The first method that can be used is geotextile. Geotextiles are a permeable fabric which, when used in association with soil, have the ability to separate, filter, reinforce, protect or drain. Typically, geotextile made up from polypropylene or polyester. Rollers are machines used in the compaction of soil after grading. Compaction reduces the volume of air space in the soil. This compaction increases the dry unit weight and strength of the soil to better support structure.
The third method is consolidation of soil. This method is used to compact the structure of the soil by eliminating the water and air from the soil slowly to reduce the gap between the soil particles. The fourth method is chemical soil stabilization. Soil stabilization is the process of altering properties of soil by changing degradation through mixing with other oils or chemicals to improve strength and durability.
When making concrete, it's important to use the correct concrete mixing ratios to produce a strong, durable concrete mix. To make concrete, there are 4 basic materials you need. 3 parts of aggregate, 1 part of cement, 3 parts of sand, and water are the ratio of concrete mixture that will produce a concrete mix of approximately 3000 psi. The strength properties of the concrete are inversely proportional to the water per cement ratio. The less water you use to mix the concrete, the stronger the concrete mix will be. The more water you use to mix the concrete, the weaker the concrete mix. Thus, to achieve consistent concrete mix throughout the entire process, we should measure the mixing ratios before starting the project.
Plywood is a material that was widely used in a building material due to its many useful properties. Plywood is a sheet material manufactured from thin layers of wood that glued together with adjacent layers, and it having their wood grain which is rotated to 90 degrees to one another. Thus, this is the properties of plywood. Plywood has high strength and durability because plywood glued together at the right angle which is 90 degree. Plywood also has high panel which can make it tough to bend, and it also flexible material. Plywood cannot corrode when it exposed to chemical due to the material and it made from wood such as the oak tree. Plywood also has high tensile strength and it can withstand overloading, and it also has high thermal and sound insulation. So, this is the use of plywood. Plywood can use to make light partition or external walls and framework. Plywood also can use to make mold for wet concrete that usually used in the constructions, and plywood does not just use in the construction but it can also use to make interior decoration such as the furnitures, and it also can use for the packaging and to make light doors and shutters. So, plywood is the best choices for the many applications, and it is useful for many other uses even though it is the cheapest material. Plywood is always used for the construction due to the price of plywood, and it also can save the cost of the constructions.
Next, this is our assignment for Department of Hydraulic and Hydrology. From the river mouth of Sungai Pengkalan Datu to the river mouth of Sungai Kelantan, or known as Kuala Besar, suffered massive land losses due to coastal erosion. This causes Kelantan to receive severe annual flood and had brought large volume of sediments deposited at the river mouth. This prevents local fishermen and boat operators to have a safe and efficient navigation into and out of Sungai Kelantan due to formation of sandbars that block their passages.
Thus, our solution is to create a coastal land reclamation at the river mouth that will provide new land areas in the place of eroded coastlines. On the other hand, a dredge channel will be built at the river mouth to allow easy access for the boats to the river at any time.
This is our calculation for the volume of the sand that we need to be reclaimed. The volume of the sand was divided into 2 parts, which are the volume need to be removed and the volume need to be added to the erosion part. As for the area need to be removed, we divide it into smaller parts which are labeled as C, D, E, F, G, H and I, whereas the area need to be added were labeled as A1 and A2.
So this is our cross-sectional area for navigation channel that we need to construct along the river mouth of Sungai Kelantan. As you can see, the depth from the surface of water to the sea base is 6 meter, the width is 50 meter and the length is 500 meter. This navigation channel is needed to ease the fishermen to go past through the river mouth. So this is our calculation for land reclamation.
Welcome to 5 Head Info Zone. Today we would like to explain about civil engineering. Civil engineering is a professional engineering discipline that deals with design, construction and maintenance of the physical and naturally built environment, including works like roads, bridges, canals, dams and buildings. Here in UTM, civil engineering are divided into 4 departments, which are Department of Environmental Engineering, Department of Geotechnic and Transportation, Department of Structure and Materials, and lastly the Department of Hydraulic and Hydrology.
Department is Department of Environment. Environmental engineering is the branch of engineering concerned with the application of scientific and engineering principles of the effect of the adverse environmental factors. And then, environmental engineering involved in wastewater management, air pollution control, recycling, waste disposal, radiation protection, environmental sustainability, public health and environmental engineering law. Then, environmental engineers improve and maintain the focusing of these issues environmental that can give a good facility and good environment to the community.
Let's proceed to the Department of Geotechnics and Transportation. This department comprises of 2 sections, the Geotechnic Engineering section and the Transportation and Highways Engineering section. Technical engineering, which generally deals with natural materials near the Earth's surface, utilizes the principles of soil mechanics and rock mechanics in designing safe, economical and environmentally sustainable foundations retaining structures and earth structures. Transportation and highway engineering, meanwhile, is a broad discipline which involves in planning, designing, construction, operation, maintenance, and control of transportation facilities to ensure the provision of safe, economical, effective, and efficient as well as environmental sustainable transport service.
The third is the Department of Structural Engineering. Now I'm going to explain to you guys what is structural engineering. Before we start, we first need to understand the meaning of the word of structure. Generally, structure is defined as anything composed of parts arranged together in some way. From that definition, we can understand that structural engineering is dealing with the framework of structure of building and focus on design of the structure to withstand the stress and pressure. In other words, engineer is to make sure that the building don't fall down and the bridge don't collapse.
And the last department is the Department of Hydraulic and Hydrology. Hydrology is generally related to the study of rainfall and to water in connection of geography and geology. Hydraulic is more geared toward physics, the study of motion of liquid in relation to the disciplines such as fluid mechanics and fluid dynamics. Hydraulic and hydrology engineer works to prevent floods, to supply water for cities, industry and irrigation, to treat wastewater and to redirect river.